Yo, welcome back to DJ's Corner, Just My Opinion. And today, well, I'm doing this, obviously, recording this on Sunday, but this will be dropping New Year's Eve, going into New Year's Day for the New Year. So if you're hearing this, Happy New Year. Be safe, love life, enjoy, have a good time. And I just wanted to take this moment to let's review Cody Rhodes' year as a champion, just about. Hasn't been a calendar year, but this year's wrapping up. So let's talk about what happened. Was it good? Was it bad? Was it ugly? Was it great? Was it meh? Was it Let's see. So let's just get the fuck right into it. So WrestleMania 40, he had a hell of a night. He wrestled both nights. He had the infamous tag team between Seth Rollins, who was the MVP of that WrestleMania that year, versus The Rock and Roman. Great tag team match. Absolutely phenomenal. Fan-fucking-tastic. Did a great job to set the seeds and the tone for the night to come. So obviously, The Rock and Roman won, which meant it was bloodline rules, meaning anybody could run the fuck out. So obviously, me looking at that, I said, well, okay, Cody's definitely going to probably win this because if Roman can bring out the family, Cody's going to bring out fans, fans and friends and all that shit, which was happening. And I felt like their actual match was just really overshadowed. It was, the right person wrong. I'm not talking shit. The right person won. Okay? Totally. But like you said, when you have to bring the circus, the Ringling Brothers and Barlow Bailey, the Undertaker, The Rock, Seth Rollins, Cody, all these motherfuckers are coming out. It's like, dude, it takes away from the match. It takes away from Cody's moment. And I felt like all of that coming out did take away from it. And that's just my opinion. I'm not saying that it was wrong. I just feel like we didn't need all this. It should have been Cody shutting the door by himself definitively. Hey, this is me and you. Now, if they had all them people outside the ring, fighting, kind of similar to like a lumberjack match, and these motherfuckers are just making sure these two motherfuckers go at it, and there's going to be a definitive win. Whoever wins, that's the man. Cool. That's not what happened. Everyone got in the ring, Cena, Gorilla Monsoon, The Undertaker, Kane, all the motherfuckers. Basically, the whole attitude era ran out in that match. But whatever, needless to say, Cody won. But even in the victory, I felt like it was overshadowed by like Seth Rollins, who well deserved. Seth Rollins literally wrestled on one leg for 2 nights. Literally 2 matches, one leg. Came out in the main event, could barely fucking walk. And still did the business, did what he needed to do to make that moment matter. I felt like Seth Rollins not there, that would not have hit the way it did. Yes, I'm a Seth Rollins fan. I respect everything about this man. I always says he's the best professional wrestler in the world today. If you want to know what it means to be a wrestler and how to be good, that is who you study. So great. He finishes the story. Fan-fucking-tastic. So now, what's next? What's the new chapter? Now, honestly, the feuds after WrestleMania, I give a little bit of a pass because you got to it's a new year, new script. We got to kind of get the gears going, build some stars and stuff like that. But in a situation like this, Cody beating Roman is a mega fucking star. That's like beating Darth Vader. You're beating Zeus. You're beating Odin. So you have to have that next person or those next couple of fights have to be obviously not at that level, but it kind of have to hit. And here's why I felt like we didn't think that far ahead. Because at the weirdest time when he won, there was literally more credible baby faces than heels. And all the heels was kind of like on one show, which kind of sucked. And if he's going to be on SmackDown, SmackDown's not really that strong star base because that's kind of like back in the day when I was watching it. It was like the yo startup. That's what gets you going. That's get the crowds knowing. You get you wet your feet there. So Roman had SmackDown like an iron fist. No pun intended. Well, yeah, pun intended. It's kind of cool, the fist. Anyway, but when he gets there, I'm like, okay, I'll give you the first couple months. And they feuded him with AJ Styles. And I thought that was great. AJ Styles is amazing. One of my favorites, right up there. He kicks ass. He's credible. He looks amazing. The guy is just a fucking walking cheat code. He can wrestle with this fucking uh, lamp pole that I'm looking at outside my window as I'm doing this. Like, he's amazing. And they took a page out of Mark Henry with the fake retirement. I thought it was great. And then they went on to have two stellar matches, which was great. I almost wanted to see one more. They should have did one more. It should have been a trilogy because that's a great feud, and we didn't really get to see them touch like this. So this was great. I loved that. I'm like, okay, I see where we going. I like this. But then, in my opinion, after AJ, then that's when it kind of started to slope. This is when we started getting into the filler matches. Anime lovers know what a filler episode is, and that's why I started feeling. We started putting a lot of filler in to pad the time until eventually Roman makes his return, and then we get back to the bloodline story. After AJ Styles, we ran into Logan Paul. Now, let me just preface something with Logan Paul. Logan Paul was bred to be a WWE superstar. Despite what people may think about him and personal things about the guy, because we don't know him personally, but he was bred to be a wrestler. The guy's athletic, he's entertaining, he gets it, he knows how to evoke emotion. Perfect. And he was a great United States champion. And at the time, he was United States champion. And I like the fact that, and I'm sorry, it's like it's funny. Like he who will not be named, when he started the stars kind of, hey, champions show up here and there, da 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 da. I get it now. I get it. With the absence when Roman lost the title, and we get to see Cody, which Cody again, This is not me burying Cody. Please do not take this wrestling community. I love Cody Rhodes. We're just having a conversation. And Cody has been a workhorse. He's been whooping ass. We've been seeing him. It's great. But it's like sometimes seeing too much is like, sometimes make the heart grow fonder. I can never remember that fucking phrase. Like distance make the heart grow fonder. Whatever. Absence make the heart grow fonder. So we're seeing a lot of him. And then, like you said, we saw Logan in the media. He'll show up, talk some shit, get up out of there. Then when he wrestles, it means something. But in this particular match that they had, it was like at the King and the Queen, that type of thing. First of all, it was overseas, which is total filler. It's not canonical to the story. And the match didn't really mean anything. It didn't really have any stakes. It was just two guys just talking shit for status. But it's like, you're the Universal Champion. You're not going to lose a belt. He's not going to become a double champion. We know this. This is just you guys just putting on a wrestling clinic, which is fine. And to me, every title should have a story or something that you can gravitate, you can sink your teeth into. And there was nothing there. Even how I praised AJ Styles in the match the months prior to this match, there still really wasn't no stake. It was not like it really. I love the matches. One of the things with AJ was, to jump back to that. So I never saw these guys wrestle, so I was excited for that. But it was really nothing I could like jump in and like sink my teeth into. Like, yeah, brother, I want this. And the same thing with this one. These are just two athletic guys wrestling. So nevertheless, you knew that Cody's winning this. This is a layup. There's no way in hell they're gonna let Logan Paul be a double champion. We know this. This is easy. So now we move on to the damn Money in the Bank, which was Solo Sikoa, Tama and Tonga, and Jacob Fatu versus Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, and Rhodes. So you're sitting here saying like, okay, this is cool because we know Kevin and Randy been fighting these motherfuckers, keeping up the fight against the bloodline, keeping the bloodline relevant until, again, we can just pad time to Roman come back and then we can take this where we need to take it. The problem with this is, again, you put your champion in a feud that really he doesn't belong to because he's taking care of his business with the bloodline. Cody was done with them. Cody shouldn't have even touched them until it was time for him and Roman to have their sequel. This is just my opinion. So you make it seem like, okay, we don't have anything really for Cody to do or to really have anybody set up to wrestle him. So we're just going to kind of insert him into this storyline, which really had nothing to do with him as of yet. Because Solo's whole thing was, I'm the tribal chief, here's the ooh, whatever they call it, no, I probably botched it. And that was his arc. I'm trying to establish that we're the show. But then we just throw Cody in there because they basically needed another man. So that's very interesting. So they lose. The new Bloodline 2.0 loses. They needed a big win. So, you beat two established stars between Randy and Kevin, and you basically beat the Universal Champion. So they trying to their best to get these guys as a threat. I don't felt like they ever did it to the way they wanted to, but nevertheless, they tried. So with them winning, this will eventually set up the match against Solo at SummerSlam that had Bloodline rules, and it actually had the interfering returning Roman Reigns, which at that moment, when Roman stepped back into a WWE arena, I felt like Cody's stock to a casual viewer went to the shitter because Roman comes back and he's such a mega star. And then from the months leading after that, it was just bloodline business. And Cody was just there, in my opinion. He was just there. And, a lot of people talk about him tagging with Roman Reigns to fight Jacob and Solo. And, this is a major point around Kevin Owens and him feuding now, which we'll get to. But it was like, yeah, it doesn't make sense. Because eventually this motherfucker doesn't like you, said he didn't need your help, and you have alienated yourself from the people that helped you beat this motherfucker just a couple months prior. Now you're tagging with him. It doesn't make any sense. Now, it makes sense if this is leading towards a heel turn, which I hope we get Homelander Cody, which would be great. But in the grand scheme of these things, it's like, why are you helping the person that you beat? And that he wants to beat you, and he wants his title back. So it's like, I don't get that. And I felt like him tagging with him did make Cody look a little stupid and made him look a little whack. It's like, bro, that don't make sense. It's like, why are you doing this? This motherfucker tried to end you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that didn't help Cody's reign. And mind you, besides these months' appearance, he's only defended his title once. And that was with Solo. And the other day, he was like in tag matches and, fighting other people that really just did not, it just didn't like grasp. It didn't get you in there. Now, here's the thing. We go into now the bloodline business is going on. And think about it. This is all bloodline business. Cody takes a break. He starts missing pay-per-views, not even advertised on the some bitches. Now, what we do is, and I'm not even going to get into like I'll get into the Kevin stuff, how that breaks down a little bit later. But then they have him go against Gunther, that's been doing a stellar job as the world champion on Raw. And then they have this, again, another filler match that really don't have stakes of a title that we're never going to see, that means nothing. Then you give this away. Gunther and Cody is money. That is a program. That is a program of a program. To see these two guys go at it for a title that matters. Fuck it, I'm going to say it. Nobody cares about that Saudi title. You want to see in the States, these two motherfuckers give me a good 3 to 4 month program where these guys are going at it. Then you give it away. It's like, that's what, and I get it. It's money. They got contracts and shit like that. But folks, stay with me. Picture that match like a WrestleMania build-up, a SummerSlam build-up, a Royal Rumble build-up, Survivor Series build-up. Those are programs that you would nest. I'm telling you, back in the day, no way in hell that would have been given away over there. That would have been money. This is, people want to see this. And it was a good match. And again, I felt, personally, Cody should have lost. He should have lost that. A loss wouldn't have hurt Cody there. You could have did some hula doodles, and then Gunther is a legitimate dude that can beat people. But Cody wins. Does nothing for Cody. Does actually, in my opinion, hurts Gunther a little bit. But Gunther is strong enough to recover, but I didn't understand that. So you kind of get what I'm saying. It's like, to me, he's had really two provenant, that's not a word. Let's use a simpler word I could use. He had two matches that actually mattered, and that was the AJ Styles. That's a legitimate guy, a proven champion that could get the job done, and there we are. We're good. All the rest was filler. Now, of course, after the match, all that shit, then Kevin finally turns heel, which I've been waiting for, and now they're currently fighting each other, which is great. But again, I don't want to watch this feud if Kevin's going to end up losing again. Like, give Kevin a fucking title. He's been the most patient, beautiful, amazing wrestler, whether if he's a heel, whether if he's a face, a tweeter, whatever the fuck. And what I love about Kevin is he tells the truth, and that is the most iconic thing as a heel, because he's calling it like he see it. You don't like it because he's talking about your hero, but it is what it is. Like when he said, like, you joined forces with a guy that literally tried to kill me for 3 years. Doesn't make sense, and we helped you win. These are all credible things. And then if you saw Saturday night's main event, Cody got booed. There's only so much they try to edit and pipe in crowd noise, but you look at the crowd. I look at the crowd. I don't listen to what they say. I'm telling you, look at the crowd. Where they be like, oh, this is great, they're cheering, this is awesome. And you see the crowd with their fucking hands in their lap. Like, obviously, this is being piped in. The crowd, I'm telling you now, is slowly turning on Cody. And this has nothing to do with what Cody is doing. Cody is stellar. But this booking of him this year did not do him any favors. And again, Kevin is being cheered. You can say what you want to. Now, they had two good matches. Like you said, he didn't pull the trigger when he was kind of on the fence when he had the bum that ended it. Then he went to Saturday Night Main Event. Cody used the chair. Even though, I know Kevin introduced it, but Cody used the chair. You know what I'm saying? That's not really good guy type of thing. He should have just pushed it out. But he used it. And now again, they're working the net gimmick. He took out Randy. He's doing a power drive. He's doing familiar moves. So this latter match, I think he's gonna bust out another forbidden move. I really think, in my opinion, that if you want to save Cody as a face, like if you want to just keep him face, and I'm am I wrapping this up a little bit? I think he needs to lose. I think you've already told the story that he has a bum neck. Okay? And I would actually, at this Royal Rumble pay-per-view, I would have him there's a move that he used to do in Ring of Honor where they're on the ladder and he does like this package power drive and he drops him on that motherfucker, and you have Cody just fucking out of it. He goes up and take the title. You can write Cody off for a minute. Let him cool off. Because again, he's getting booed. And I get it, he's the top merch seller, all this shit, that and the other, but people get stale. Fans get tired of seeing the same thing. Look at LA Knight. LA Knight was like shaking the fucking Raptors, and now all of a sudden he's kind of there, and now you're not seeing him as much. Sometimes it's okay if you want to keep them face, take them off. Let me forget about you. And I even thought that, recently on SmackDown, like he came like right back, like, dude, you were like basically paralyzed. Now you back on here with no neck brace, at least have the neck brace gimmick. You know what I'm saying? At least have the neck brace gimmick, but he's coming out, he's talking shit, and it seemed like he was getting so riled up, then he had to remember to kind of get in the ring slow. It's like, come on, like, slow down. Which I like how Kevin knows psychology. I'm going to step on that motherfucking neck again and make people remember that he has a bum neck. So, going into this, Kevin has a great advantage, and I think this is where you pull the trigger. And even if he has it for like a month or two, let Kevin Owens walk around with both belts. And then if you're not ready for the Cody and Roman 2, I feel like you're building a really intriguing story between Kevin and Cody at WrestleMania. I think Kevin Owens has earned a WrestleMania legitimate single main event. And this is turning into a blood feud, and you've been telling this story slow. So if we're going towards a Kevin versus Cody, if you want to keep him face at WrestleMania, I'll tune into that. You have him knock him out a couple months. Cody comes back, motherfucker. I'm there. Then he can have he could fuel for retorting. Jesus Christ, people do not drink and smoke weed. A returning Randy Orton for like a little filler in the middle because we got some business to take care of that. Then at WrestleMania we could go Kevin Fatty versus Cody Rhodes. I think that'd be great. And then that way you can focus on The Rock and Roman if you want to do that. Then we can finally get our Seth freaking Rollins versus CM Punk. That everyone can kind of have their own things. I'm tired of all these storylines like intertwining. I need to be like, if I'm watching Cody, it's Cody and Kevin. We're starting the WrestleMania season. We're here. Take me all the way there. Don't segue. Don't bring Roman back into it. Don't make it convoluted. Keep me here. So my fantasy booking to close this out for the year of 2024 going into 2025, they have the ladder match. Kevin does another forbidden move that puts Cody on the shelf for a while. Give all the tears, have Brandy come out, little babies, make it feel like, oh my God, this is not good. And then you put Kevin as a monster heel. Have him go back and saying, I'm Kevin Steen. I'm not Kevin Owens. That was what they called me. I'm going by my government. Have Kevin, because Kevin has the ability to do that. He has the ability to get real heat. And that's what we need. We need real fucking heat. And I have fucking Kevin come out with both belts. Have him rock both belts. And then you can tell the story to where Cody said, I want to win that winged title. And then they go to WrestleMania, he comes back and he beats Kevin Owens and he drops that ugly ass Universal title and he said, I'm repping the wing title back. And that's the title he holds. And you had that be Cody's title. That's how you fucking do it. And then in the meantime, like I said, you can have, while he's healing and taking a break, which Cody deserves because he's been a workhorse, he can feud with Randy Orton and they can go back and forth to set up that story. So that is just my little quick tidbit of what I wanted to think about and talk about for the wrestling. Like I said, I'm recording this obviously the Sunday. This will be released on Christmas Eve. So again, have a happy Christmas Eve and have a wonderful New Year. Be safe, love your family, and most important, I think the goal for 2025 people is self-care. Go back to self-care. If you're a head of a household, head of a company, or anything like that, take care of yourself. Make sure you're okay. If we all make sure we are okay, then we will be better people amongst other people. Make sure you're okay. If you got something on your mind, if you're tired, if you're not feeling it, if you're not good, it's okay to just say, I'm not okay. And it's okay to get help. It's okay to talk to people. 2024 was tough. In a lot of ways, I feel for everybody. You look around. I know I'm getting on a soapbox real quick, and then but again, I just feel like it's important to say. 2024 was hard, and the way we can have a chance to make 2025 better, if we all make sure we're focusing on ourselves and making sure we're the best possible version of us. Take care, peace, love, and see you in the next one.